YouTube. I just finished my labor-based workday, so all my outdoor work is done for the day, at least most of it. And we are transitioning into the rest of the day, which I'm going to vlog for you guys. I'm excited because I don't do enough of that, I don't think. And today I'm going to show you my new gym that I'm building. It's not quite finished yet. It's not even close to finished yet, but it's not done. And then we're going to go through a full leg day. So we're going to check that out and make sure that you see every exercise that I do on today's leg day. And then we'll finish with some food talk. So I know that's a lot, probably a little bit ambitious, but I'll make sure I squeeze it all in. So hang in there with me. Let's do this thing. So if you are thinking to yourself, man, that guy looks awfully clean for a man that just finished his workday, it's because I just showered. I had a lot of dirt on me and some gravel and concrete dust, which tends to make me really itchy if I sweat through it some more in the gym. So I figured I'd shower up and get the rest of the day started. Kind of like helps me transition too. Now here's the thing. If you guys have been watching my content lately, you've noticed I do a lot of ice baths. I don't talk about them a lot. I don't like glorifying it too much because ice bathing has become a bit of a fad, even though I've been doing it for some time. I don't do it for any, exaggerated fitness reasons. The main reason I actually use the ice bath technique for myself is for my ADD. Now, based on some dopamine research, it's looking like ice bathing may actually have some pretty awesome benefits for people like me who are neurodivergent or struggle with ADHD. I notice it helps a lot, but I also noticed that most people could not afford a multiple $1,000 ice bath. I don't even own a multiple $1,000 ice bath. So instead, what I actually do is I will most of the time either dump a bunch of ice into my wood-fired hot tub and use it as an ice bath, or what I'll do is I'll just take a really fucking cold shower. I know it doesn't seem like it's quite as dramatic as taking an ice bath, but a cold shower is very underrated. My shower gets freezing, like super cold, works just the same for me. And in fact, I feel colder in a cold shower because the water is constantly moving. So my body doesn't adapt to that layer of, like insulated layer around it just sitting in one place. So yeah, I've actually found that cold showers are more challenging in a good way. So I'll do every day, I'll shower, get my soap and shampoo on, and then when I'm done with that part of my shower, I'll turn it to cold and just stand in it and whimper like a baby, but it works, It's a really good way to do it. Now I'm gonna show you guys my new gym. I haven't even processed it yet. It's been just nonstop labor and work. I have a really good friend named Jake. He works, he has a company called NorCal Steel. So if you're in California and you ever need a steel building, this dude is the dude. I'm letting you know because I was actually hesitant to even do a steel building for a gym, but after I saw some of the cool creative ways that he uses steel, I had to use my boy. So we kind of have been working on this project together, with him being the mastermind behind the construction, and me just sort of being the labor guy. We've been getting a lot done. This is the building so far. So this will be the entrance right here up front. You can see the entrance. On each side, you can see a bit of a barrier there, some grading. Here's the other side of the building here. Now, I'm excited because it's bigger than the home gym you guys normally see me with. It's quite a bit bigger. Actually, this is gonna be about 980 square feet. That's a big gym. That's a big home gym for one man. It seems excessive. It may be excessive, but honestly, there's very few things in this world I can think that would be a better way to spend my finances and my money. Because one day, if I ever sell my house, which I might, if I ever sell my house, they will appreciate having two separate shops, one for their personal items and then one for their work items. So yeah, it's not a bad investment and I'm excited about it. This will be the new wood splitting area back here. I'm working on it, getting it a little bit more professional, getting it all done. And as you can see, I had to remove a lot of trees on my property to get this project going. My property is surrounded by trees, so I try to keep as many on the property as I can for shade, for ground health, for the environment, all that good stuff. But a few had to go, so they will be salvaged. Some turned into tables, others turned into my bar countertop, and then the rest of it preserved for firewood. So yeah, it's a pretty dope project. We're gonna get an overhead view of it one more time. Here it is. Pretty wild, huh? Pretty damn cool. So I will keep you guys updated as that continues to evolve and grow. The gym is going to be something special. I would venture to say one of the top 10, maybe one of the top 10 home gyms in America by the time I'm done with it. Not even joking. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped. And next we're gonna do a full leg day workout with me. I don't do a lot of full workout vlogs, so I think it's time to start that. I think you guys will definitely enjoy seeing more of the behind the scenes behind a lot of my workout routines. So we'll definitely get that done right now. Here we are in Old Reliable. This is the current home gym. I know you guys are quite aware of the fact that this is where I've been filming my home gym content. This is actually gonna become a garage, believe it or not. I am just using a carport and a big storage shed right now for all of my like chainsaws, axes, tree equipment, woodworking tools. That kind of shit is all really crammed into a small space. That will all graduate on up to here. So this will become exclusively a garage. I'll put my motorcycles and stuff in here, have a bigger space to work on things. And I'm excited for that transition as well. So by investing in that steel building, Jake's building that for me with a little bit of my help and elbow grease, we are now gonna be able to have 2 spaces. So this space, that space, and then I'm gonna convert my carport, drywall it up, make it look cool, convert it into like a hangout pad. Maybe eventually a podcast one day, but it's kind of an oversaturated market, so cross that bridge. But for now, big plans coming. Now today we are gonna be working out in here, obviously, because we're not working out on that gravel patch. And today is leg day. Now, one of the things about my leg days recently is I have been doing a lot more leg days. And today is going to be hamstrings and glute dominant with barely touching the quads, just a little bit of quads. I'm gonna show you every exercise that we do. If you're looking for a leg workout similar to this one, but built into an actual program, it would be found in my workout program called Maximus in my app. My app is called Dose. I'll link it down in the description. We don't have to get too deep into that. But today I am gonna show you reps, sets, talk a little bit about each exercise. Hopefully I don't drag it on for too long. I'll try to chop it up so you're not watching every single rep of this workout. But I do want you to know everything that I'm doing, so I'll make sure we get started with that. But before that, there's my Stairmaster over there in the corner. Free climber is what it's called. It's one of my favorite ways to do cardio, or least favorite, if you know what I mean by cardio. But we're gonna do 10 minutes on there to get warmed up, have a quick C4 energy drink, get warmed up on there, then I'm gonna get started. Here we go, leg day. All right guys, our first exercise here is called a Spanish squat. What I have going on is 2 bands, one behind each knee, going to a squat rack. So it's looped behind my knee. This is gonna serve 2 purposes. 1, help us continue to get warmed up with another bodyweight exercise. And 2, what it really does for me is serves as a knee therapy. Helps my knees feel nice and healthy, keeps them strong, good for patella tracking. We're gonna go with 4 sets of 15 reps to get our workout started today. All right guys, now I don't have a hamstring curl machine, so don't make fun of me, but we still need to do lying hamstring curls. So we're gonna be doing 6 sets of 6 reps. We're gonna move slow with about a 3 or 4 second negative on every rep. So this is what it looks like. If you have a gym though, just use the machine, obviously. If you have a full gym. Now remember, we're trying to keep it honest here, keep the rest short in between each set here. I'm looking at about 30 seconds, then go again. I usually try to judge it based on my breathing, but 30 seconds should keep you pretty honest. It's not that I don't want a lying hamstring curl machine, it's just that I can't afford $2,500 just to justify one hamstring curl machine when I can do it with a dumbbell. But of course, I wish I had one. But we don't, so we're making do. Admittedly, I'm already sweating a lot more than I had anticipated for only being like one real exercise in. But the next exercise is gonna be a barbell good morning. Now, before I start this one, I don't wanna take too long to talk about it because I need to jump onto it, but a barbell good morning is similar to an RDL in that we're trying to target the glutes and hamstrings, a little bit of lower back. But the barbell good morning is much more difficult for less weight because you were at so much of a mechanical disadvantage by the bar and weight being further away from the center line of your body at the bottom of the movement. So obviously the bar is up here. When you bend over, it's further away from that focal point back at the hips. So being further away from your body gives you less of a mechanical advantage on the weight. So it makes it much more difficult with less weight. So barbell good mornings oftentimes are a little bit scoffed at as being dangerous, but if you do them properly, load the weight properly, you actually find you get a lot of work out of it. So be safe, do them properly, you know, really keep that form strict, but it's a good exercise. Let's get into it. We are going with 4 sets of 12 reps for these today. 4 sets of 12 reps for our good mornings. So how does everybody usually do lunges? Ask yourself that. It's usually as like a burnout, right? They put on some lightweight, maybe even a vest or something, and they just do lunges for sets of like 30 or 40 or 50. And while that's difficult, if you've been doing that for a long time, you're missing out on some serious growth from lunges. So today we're gonna do a heavy dumbbell lunge as sort of one of our main movements. A dumbbell lunge is exactly what it sounds like. You put some wrist wraps on, wrap them around some dumbbells and lunge with them. But I want you to see them anyway because there is a technique to really making them feel a little bit more productive. So let's hop into them. So like I said, these are going to be much lighter, much heavier today as opposed to the typical really light set of like burnout lunges. We wanna treat this like a main movement. So we're gonna grab our heavy dumbbells. I want you to use wrist wraps so you don't have to worry about your grip failing, but we're gonna grab some heavy dumbbells for 3 sets of only 10 reps total. That's only 5 each leg. So let me show you what it looks like. We're going to plant, control down, up, opposite leg. Now this next exercise is an exaggerated height dumbbell step up. So the height is a lot higher than you'd expect. See how high it is? Now I'm gonna teach you the trick. Once I'm doing the exercise, I'll talk you guys through it. There is a trick to get more glutes, much more glutes out of this exercise. And once you do it, you'll never go back. It really does change everything. So let's get into this one. So you're gonna hate me on this one. We're doing 5 sets of 4 reps each leg. But when we do these, you can help yourself up a little bit by bouncing off that back calf like this, up. However, on the way down, you need to resist the weight every last second. All the way down, bounce up, down very slow. Up, try not to drop all the way when you get close to the bottom. Try not to drop, touch. This workout's killing me. It's a good one. Save the reps, save the sets, make sure you try it. And come back and let me know how it went. Or just download my app Dose and you can get a bunch of these workouts. Programs, all that good shit. Here we go, back to it. So for this next exercise and probably last compound exercise of the day, You'll see girls in a lot of like TikTok or YouTube workout with me type workouts where they give you each exercise along the way. You'll see commonly now a lot of women who are fitness influencers. They'll do this dumbbell sumo squat. So they'll hold a dumbbell right down the middle, and they'll squat and then come straight back up like that. Now, while that is a good exercise, I have a decent replacement for that that is going to allow you to go a little bit heavier, which is good, overload more tissue, and we can make the lockout more difficult by adding a band. So let's check this one out. I call it a banded landmine sumo squat. So as you can see, I have a band draped over the top of the end of the barbell. We're just going to put our feet in it, stand on that band, make sure it's right in the middle of your foot. Grab this with a woven grip like that. You're going to grab underneath your barbell, and we are going to do a cluster set, meaning we are going to do about 8 sets of 4 reps with only 8-second breaks. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 8-second break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 4 more reps.
There we go. Remember, every negative counts too. You can't quit on the negative.
All right, guys, so welcome to my kitchen. We're going to be talking about, it still needs a lot of work, so don't judge me on it. Whole house is a work in progress, but we're going to be talking about one of the most underrated ways to stay in shape, stay lean, and avoid overeating or eating poorly anyway. And that is my favorite tool of all time, eating for volume. So stay tuned because it's the end of the video, but probably the best nugget of information for the whole video. So volume is exactly what it sounds like. It's how much space a certain food takes up per calorie. Obviously being the highest volume possible would be like water, has no calories, takes up a lot of space in your stomach if you drink enough of it. Whereas on the other end of the spectrum, something very low volume per calorie would be olive oil. Now, olive oil is not unhealthy. That's where people get confused here. I am not suggesting that olive oil is not good for your health. I'm suggesting that it's a very easy food to overeat, thus likely resulting in weight gain for many people who are confused as to why they switch to clean eating but aren't losing any weight. So, this is where the devil is really, sorry, I'm wrecked still from that fucking leg workout. I am toast. I got hydration drink spilt on me. I'm sweating still. So forgive me. We're going to get through this though, I promise. Now, one of the biggest mistakes people make is they start eating clean. Now, clean eating is great, but things like peanut butter, which is popular in the fitness community, ribeye steaks for people who might be carnivore or keto, oils for people who are Mediterranean diets. It's like you can overeat very easily in every facet of dieting. No matter what diet you're on, that's why I'm not a big prescriber to diet culture. No matter what diet you're on, it's still quite easy to overeat. Most of the foods that are high calorie are really yummy. They make shit taste good. Butter, great example. So I am not here trying to label food as good or bad. No such thing. We're labeling food as either high volume or low volume. Now, if you're like me, I'm hungry all the fucking time. I'm always hungry, like ravenous. Morning to night. There's never a point in my day where I'm not starving. So I can't just have 2 chicken thighs and a cup of rice and call it dinner. I'm going to be starving right after that. So for people like me, you have to get more creative. So a good example of a swap I might make might be switching potatoes for rice. Potatoes are more filling, they're more voluminous, get more nutrients in them per gram. So I might switch from potatoes to rice, but that still might not be enough to fill me up. I know, pretty crazy. So if I want to stay on track, I'm going to start trying to brainstorm. How can I make my food more voluminous? And this is one of the easiest ways. Bag of lettuce. This entire bag of lettuce has like 9 grams of carbs in it. And the fiber might actually cancel it out anyway. Yeah, it's like literally comes out to like 6 grams of carbs in this whole bag. I'll add pickles. Sounds gross, let me explain. I'll add onions. I'll add tomato. And then I'll add like a yogurt dressing that I make at home. You can buy a yogurt dressing that's lower calorie. Then I'll put my chicken on that giant bowl. This big. This is a dirty bowl, but this is the size bowl I'll eat my salad out of. And that will fill up a lot more space in my stomach, make me feel fuller, and still not take up most of my calories for the day. Those are the tricks you got to learn on this journey. So remember, there is no diet that I prescribe to thinking it's superior, because if you get insanely hungry at the end of the day, you're going to slip up. If you overeat oils or fats or carbohydrates because your diet is making you feel like you have this urge to overeat these certain ingredients in your diet, you can still gain weight while dieting. So this whole concept of not understanding calories and volume is really the biggest trick to this weight loss journey. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not demonizing any specific diet, but just track. You know, if you track your macros, you can eat the foods you want to eat from time to time. Pick cleaner items and stay on track. So if you need help with your macros, fine, come to me. The link for my app is in my bio. I can help you with all that with one-on-one help. But if you don't want to do that, just take that advice and start applying it, and you will find yourself not starving to death at the end of every day. You guys have been awesome. I really got to get showered up again and get to my computer work, but it's been awesome, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will keep these videos coming your way.